How do you feel about 360 deals? You know,
I hate 360
do you think
deals.
You hate them?
I hate them. And here's why I hate them. You know, what a 360 deal is it's a deal where the record label takes a percentage not only of the music sales, but of the performance money. If the artist makes a movie, they take a percentage of the movie. If they get a sponsorship or an endorsement deal, like from Pepsi or Coke, the label takes a percentage of that. They take a percentage of the merchandising, which is, you know, the T-shirts and the hats that are sold. I think that if labels were just better at what they did and better at selling music and better at signing great acts, I don't think they'd have to encroach upon all of the areas where artists get paid, because artists get the smallest share of the pie as it is. They make the smallest amount of money to begin with. So for a label to say, oh, we need to take even more, even though we're going to invest less money, and even though, you know, in the internet age, we're not as good at doing what we've always been good at doing, it's just silly that they think that they're entitled to more. And that's why I don't like them.
I think they need to stop signing all these artists. You know, it's a shame that nobody want to be their self. You know, it's so easy to duplicate, you know, another artist that was just out 3 months ago. So,
exactly.
You know, but as far as being a female in the industry, how do you keep the longevity? You've been around.
Wow, that's a great question. You know, it's funny because the longevity is key whether you're male or female. The hardest thing to do in this industry is to stay relevant. That's the hardest thing. And it's funny because I look around at my peers, and, you know, when I started in music, it was 1992, and you guys probably weren't even born yet, but it was 1992, and, you know, there were a ton of people in the music industry, and you know, fast forward 20 years, and I can count on two hands the number of people that are still doing this that were here when I started. And that's really kind of a shame, because if you look at other industries, you know, like artists that are painters or people that write books, it's like they sort of ripen with age. They get more respectable. Like, you know, Martin Scorsese, the great film director, became greater as his life went on. He didn't become more irrelevant, you know. But in the music industry, it just seems like when you age, it gets harder and harder and harder. And I think that, you know, whether you're male or female, and certainly it's much harder as a female in the music industry than a male, because it's a very male-dominated industry. But it's difficult for everybody to stay relevant. If you're not able to, like, duck and move and fill a need as it grows, you can't stay relevant, you know? Okay. Like for me, with my company, we set up labels for folks. And in today's music business, there are less and less labels that can afford to hire a company like mine, like Power Moves, to help them get to that next level. So we had to start a company that helps people, you know, with their marketing and their social media campaigns, and teach them how to interact with their fans one-on-one to make money, because that's the way the industry is going. And if we don't change with the industry, we'll be irrelevant 2 years from now.
I believe that. So, Miss Wendy Day, you have a book out, How to Get a Record Deal. Can you tell us about that?
Do. Absolutely. It's the number one question that everybody asks me. And I have to admit to you that it was a hard book to write, because I secretly don't think anybody needs a record deal. And it's always hard to write about something when you really believe there's a better way. But it's the question everybody asks me, so I had to address it first. You know, I've got a series of 8 books coming, but I had to address this one first because it's the one that everybody asks me. So I sat down and I decided to write a book that was very honest. I wrote it just like I was sitting on my sofa like talking to my best friend, you know. I wanted to make it easy to understand. I wanted to give examples that were clear, and that's what I did. You know, I wrote that book in a period of about 3 weeks, and then I sent it to a bunch of different friends, some of whom are in the industry, some of whom are not, and I said, read this and tell me what's easy to understand and what's hard to understand. And when they came back with the stuff that was a little bit more difficult, and I realized it was more than one person saying they were struggling with it, I'm like, okay, let me go back in and rewrite that and make it more clear. So I've written it really, really clear. I offer it digitally, meaning it's an ebook. You can read it on any computer or any smartphone or any Kindle or iPad. And I did that for 2 reasons. I did that because I wanted it to be cheap. I didn't want a book that was $25.
It's $7, right?
Yeah, it's $6. It's like the price of a Happy Meal, you know? and in fact, if you go to Amazon, it's even a little cheaper. I think Amazon sells it for $5.50. I wanted it to be the price of a Happy Meal. I wanted it to be so cheap that an artist couldn't say to me, thanks for writing a book that I couldn't afford. You know what I mean? I wanted to make it as easy as possible so that there'd be no excuses. And the second reason I did it is our community, for some reason, lags behind in technology. And it really pisses me off because there was a time where we led technology. I remember when the Motorola two-way pagers came out, Motorola gave do you remember those? You know, they were these big-ass things that looked like, you know, they were the size of like a pregnant BlackBerry. But they gave out, this was 1990, let's see, I had just done the Cash Money deal. So this was around 98. They came out and they gave all of the Def Jam recording artists a free Motorola pager. And then you saw all these artists start to put them in their videos. And we led technology. Like the rap world had these two-way pagers before anybody else. And then Palm Pilots came out, and we had Palm Pilots before anybody else. And then somehow we just started to lag in technology. You know, I got a Kindle in, I guess it was 3 or 4 years ago. And it's like I had my Kindle for like a year, and I was reading books on my Kindle, and my friends were still going like, Wendy, what's that? It's like, how can you ask me what this is when this is how, you know, most of the world is now adapting and reading books? And here we are in 2012, and kids say to me, you know, today, well, you know, how do I read your book? It's like, come on, you own a computer. Everybody owns a computer. If you don't own a computer, you've got bigger problems than how to get a record deal.
Yeah, that's another story.
So I'm trying to be on that cutting edge of technology.
Everybody needs to get their Kindles up. But yeah, they can order the book online. You know, it's crazy they close
read it on any computer, any smartphone. It's real easy to read. It takes a couple hours.
They can also go to your website, Rap Coalition.
Well, they can go to wendyday.com. Wendyday.com is probably a better place to send them because that's the site that links all of my sites, and it links the blogs, which have all the free articles. So even somebody that doesn't want to spend $5 for the book can go to wendyday.com and link on any of my blogs and read my articles for free.
Just from, you know, talking to people, they say you like one of the realest person in the industry. And I respect, you know, you coming on the WOODSHop to be interviewed.
Thanks for having me.
So everybody, this is Wendy Day, Rap Coalition. Pick up her book, How to Get a Deal. And thank you, Wendy.
I'm so happy to be here. And thanks, first of all, thanks for having me, because first of all, it's very cool of you to do that. But I really love what you're doing, because I know that you're not getting paid to do this. I know that you're doing this because you love what you do, and that's so rare in the music industry. And I hope everybody supports what you're doing, because it's really awesome. You know, you're spreading music, and you're giving up your time and your energy to do it because you love doing it. And, you know, huge kudos to all of you for doing this. Like, I love what you're doing.
And we thank you. I mean, all of us, we are students of music as well. We are all at a university. we attend Full Sail University where we study the arts as well as we practice every day. So this is something that's important to us, that has been a part of our lives, that we've been through some of the struggles and some of the ups and downs. And it's like, now that we can see a little bit of light in it, we try to help those who are going to go through the same that we went through. We want to try to help them to try to bypass a lot of that. So that's why we do it every day. We continuously try to see more and more as we try to bring other people into it. So, you know, we think...
I love that, you know, because it's 10:20 something on a weeknight, and you could be doing anything, and you choose to be there doing this, and I love you for that. I love you for that.
Thank you. Well,
thank you, guys. If you need anything anytime, please call me.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay, guys.
Great. It's Wendy Day.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Wendy. That was Wendy. Wendy Day.
Y'all, it's powerful. You see, you know what I'm saying? It's there. The information is there. We don't have to be a dog no more. The book is there. Get it. Read it. Understand it. And you can make it. You know what I'm saying? Every day we strive hard to do it. But if we doing it wrong, then ain't no need to be doing it. Let's learn the proper way to do that.
Shout out to Wendy Day once again.